big game this weekend. It's Tonga against Samoa at Suncorp Stadium in Brisbane. Samoa kicked off their Pacific Championship last weekend against New Zealand in Auckland. They lost out to New Zealand. However, they did play very, very well in the second half, especially in the first half. New Zealand really blew them away. They scored 2 tries via Casey McLean before Samoa hung in there and bagged 2 tries of their own, one from Dean Mariner and one from forward Simi Sarsangi. But before the break, Matthew Timoko did go over to give the Kiwis a 16-12 lead at the break. So Samoa were pretty disappointed of the first half performance. However, they did kind of get their act together in the second half and really take the game to the Kiwis. They did have multiple opportunities to score lots of tries. Brian Toho bombed one of them. Dean Mariner also, and Murray Talangi had multiple opportunities to score more tries. He did bag one to level the game up at 18-all at the end of the game. So we all kind of thought, well, we might be going to golden point, but New Zealand had other ideas, and halfback Dylan Brown sneaked over to get the New Zealand the 2 points. Samoa will be disappointed of the result. However, they can take great pride and positivity going into this week's game against Tonga. So Tonga will be fired up for this one, as they haven't played yet, so they'll be full of beans, and I'm expecting Tonga to really get off to a fast start in this game. Samoa, they did have 2 casualties out of the New Zealand game, 2 concussions, one from Jaden Sewer, one from Aota Moriata. So they will be out for this clash against Tonga. However, I'm still expecting Samoa to put in a really good performance, and I think they'll have a slight advantage having played in that close encounter against New Zealand. And Samoa will need to win this one if they want to give themselves a chance of getting to the final. Tonga, they have a big forward pack led by Jason Tamalolo. They also have some experience in their forward pack, along with some youth in the back line with the fullback Hopawate and Daniel Tupou's on the wing. He's been there, done that before with Tonga, so he'll be able to guide the younger guys, give them a lot of guidance in this game. Tonga did make the final last year against Australia, and they did lose out. However, they had a really positive performance against Australia, and they'll be looking to win this year's competition, as Australia are in England playing in the Ashes series. So a lot of these sides will be wanting to get some silverware in this year's competition. Do let me know in the comments below if you are going for the game, who you're supporting, and what your predictions are. I'm going to go for a 6-point margin win in favour of Tonga. I'm expecting both sides to go at it. I do think there'll be lots of points scored by the backs. Tonga have a really good young forward in Lika Halasima and Ayaza Katoa in the backs. He'll really guide them. He had a really good Pacific Championships last year, so he'll be one to watch in this game. I'm expecting Jerome Luai and Blaise Tangi for Samoa to really get their combination right. They didn't really do that great in terms of ending sets, especially in the first half against the Kiwis, so they will need to make sure their completion is spot on against Tonga to really give themselves a chance of winning the game. And the backs really need to do a bit more. Brian Toho was, not his usual self, making lots of meters against the Kiwis also. So the Samoan side will all need to dig in and to make sure they give themselves a really good chance against this big, fast, athletic Tongan side this weekend. That's all for me for the minute. Very much looking forward to this weekend's game. Let me know in the comments below, like I said earlier, who you think's going to win this one. And also, before I go, don't forget to subscribe and follow us on Facebook. Thank you much for your time, and I'll see you very soon.